Wreath Workshop. I am Ashley Greenwood from Little Greenwoods Creations. Today, we are going to be working on patriotic bows because they're going to be important this year. And I've got a couple of fun spring slash, I have one bow that I call my party bow. So come on in. Welcome to the Wreath Workshop. I am Ashley Greenwood from Little Greenwoods Creations. I am a former kindergarten teacher turned wreath maker turned wreath coach, wreath teacher, wreath camp counselor, and I'm so excited to have you with me. Chances are, if you're watching right now, you're probably watching the replay, so just type in #replay and let's get started. I'm going to pull myself up on my iPad because it helps me keep up with comments. You're going to notice that I'm bouncing because I am two different places at once. I work smarter and not harder if I can at all help it. Good morning, Jessica. Guys, say hello as you come in. I always love seeing where everyone is watching from. I got so many emails this morning wanting to know where the heck I was because I usually go live an hour earlier than I am right now. And I decided that I was going to tootle on over to Sam's to see if I could find any spring ribbon. There were none at my local Sam's. Anybody else seen it out in the wild? And we're going to talk about Sam's ribbon, just a couple of little advicey things that I want to share. So that's coming later. Let's talk about our first order. I have a successful Etsy shop that I have been running for 6 years. And a lot of people come to my Etsy shop and they purchase bows. I have an order for 6 big bows. So let's get started and make them together. First, we're going to do patriotic. I don't know if you know this or not, but this summer is our country's 250th anniversary. So if you aren't making patriotic bows, get on it now because people are going to want to decorate. I think that this summer is going to be a really big, fun decorating time, and patriotic bows is something awesome that we can provide our community. I'm sorry, my dog, she's trying to find her spot. I put something in her spot. Hold on, let me see if I can, no. I was gonna lean over and try to get it, but I would fall on my head. All right, there you go. There's your spot. Good morning, Janie. Hey, Lynn, good morning. All right, let's get started. Easy bow maker. I love using a bow making tool. This is my bow making tool, okay? It came from my grandmother. You can purchase them online. They look a little different. It's the same contraption, okay? It just looks a little bit different. I've used this to build a very successful business for myself through a lot of hard work and grit and determination, but this is what I use. If you can make bows by hand, I'm a little bit jelly, but that's great. I can't. I can, but they're not pretty. I'll put it that way. All right, here is our focal ribbon that we're going to be using. Good morning, Carol. Let me see. Hey, Janie, Tracy, Terry. Terry, I got your email, your message. I'm working on it. It's on my list, friend. Hey, Sharon. Look at this adorable ribbon. It's directional. I know it is backwards for you. I cannot fix that, but we are smart and we can read upside down and backwards. That's what I used to tell my friends when I taught kindergarten. Good morning, Ruth. All right, let's get started. Okay, let me think about what I'm doing. We have this ribbon. We are going to pair it with several more because I love ribbon. Hey, Cindy, good morning. We're going to pair it with this really fun patchwork ribbon. If you want to know where I shop for ribbon, just comment shop ribbon. I'll send you the list, okay? A little bit of a plaid and a polka dot. All in the same color family. Are you happy now? She found her spot and now she's happy. Y'all, I even went to Sam's this morning looking for spring ribbon with my hair wet. It's 30 degrees outside. That was a really bad idea. Really bad idea. Hey, Sharon. Hey, Jan. Good morning. Oh, gosh. Okay. Let's get started, my friends. Let's start with this one on the bottom. Hey, Kathy. Welcome. This is a plaid from Sam's many moons ago. I don't even know how old this is. Janie, that's a great question. So Janie's been asking about business stuff in regards to setting up a wreath making business or any type of business. And in our membership last week, I told Janie to go to YouTube University because they got lots of information, lots of step-by-step tutorials. What I meant was simply YouTube. That's all I meant. Just to go to YouTube, type in your questions, and it will help you. You can learn anything you want on YouTube. And if you go to the first video and you don't understand what the heck they're talking about, try to find another one. Try to find someone that you understand what they're saying and connect with, okay? Remind me, Janie, in our membership group to give you the, I think it's like Small Business Sarah is who I started out with trying to figure out QuickBooks. Ask in our membership group and it will remind me to give you that information, okay, friend? Good morning, Cheryl. All right, here we go. When you use an easy bow maker, you start from the bottom up. Okay. Wait, no. Make sure I get it right. Smush it down. Twisting it over. Good morning, Kathy. Where's everyone watching from? Let me know in the comments. I am in my home in South Carolina. We prepped like crazy because of the weather that we heard was coming. We did get a smidge, but not that much. It did snow. A smidge, like 1/8 of an inch. And that was it. But we are grateful. I am not complaining. It is better to be prepared than sorry, which is what I told my daughter. I said, go get all the candles. She said, we don't need all the candles. I said, yes, we do. She said, we have a flashlight on our phone. And I said, honey, what happens when the power goes out? Oh, so yeah. Good morning from Alabama and Central Florida. Mississippi, welcome. I'm going to get to go to Mississippi in April. I'm really excited. I am partnering with TMI Gifts for a in-person wreath retreat. It's going to be so much fun. So excited. Hello from Puerto Rico and Ridgeville. I know where that is. All right, let's get started with this. Before I do that, I'm going to do a little bit of rearranging, okay? Hold, please. So this is called a tripod. This is what I use to hold my phone as I work. And I realize that my friends that are watching here, you are really far away from me, and I don't like that. So I'm going to move you, okay? Dallas, oh my goodness. New Mexico, knee surgery, Beverly, oh my gosh. My daddy has to have knee surgery in about 3 weeks. Let's everybody say a prayer. This is the second one. Hold on, guys. I'm going to move you. taking a little trip. You can see my ribbon rack back there. There we go. That's a better view. You guys are so far away. Much, much better. Hey, listen, if you know someone that would like to learn more about bow making or wreath making, and you would not mind sharing this video with them, I would greatly appreciate that. It helps me grow my business. All right, let's get back to it. Next, we're doing our patchwork. Isn't this interesting? I have not seen any other ribbons with this design. I think it's really cool. I think a spring patchwork would be so pretty. Meniscus. Oh my goodness. Pushing it down just like this. Oh my goodness, Cindy is in Texas and it warmed up to 22. Several rounds of sleet and freezing rain. I'm just going to be quiet over here with my 1/8 of an inch of snow. Hello, my friend Amber. What you working on this week, my friend? You still knocking out Mardi Gras? Okay, be the boss of your loops. Pull your loops where you want them to be. I don't leave my ribbons stacked up. I move it around. That's my personal preference. That doesn't mean it's right or wrong. That's just what I do, okay? Coming in with a fun polka dot. This is Sam's ribbon from a couple of years ago. Let's talk about what I think about Sam's ribbon, okay? First off, I think it can be pretty darn awesome. I especially like to get the solids, stripes, and polka dots, okay? Because I can use those 50-yard rolls of Sam's ribbon with those like neutral kind of ribbons, you know, all year round for lots and lots of different things. I like to mix my higher quality ribbon with the less expensive ribbon that we can get at Sam's. When I first started, and I was a little crazy, I would go to Sam's and buy, I don't know, 40 yards, 40 rolls, 50 rolls. I mean, craziness. I do not recommend that you do that. I think you need to go and be smart about what you're buying. I am always going to tell you to be smart about what you're buying, okay? Now, sometimes it is do what I say, not as I do, but be smart, my friends. If I was just starting out, I would go in and I would buy 3 combinations to make bows. Good morning, Sandra. 3 different combos, you know what I'm saying? So I would get a focal ribbon and a solid to go with it and a stripe or a polka dot to go with that. That is how I would get started. Okay, I'm trying to do math. This is beautiful ribbon. I want to use every inch of this ribbon, okay? I do not want to waste it. This is a high quality, you know, it's not super pricey, but it wasn't inexpensive. So I'm going to be smart with this. I'm going to cut this right here. Amber says, I am currently trying to de-stash a ton of stuff that I overbought when I was just starting out. Same, girl, same. Okay, now wait. I have a question. I saw my Karen from Crafty. Oh my gosh, I can never remember. Karen Gresham. My friend Karen Gresham. She has been doing a whatnot sale. Do you know what that is? Because I don't know what that is. Somebody help me out. I would love to know. What is a whatnot sale? I think she's using it to de-stash her things. De-stash her things. Ooh, Janie says, I had a repeat customer buy a lantern swag and a custom-made wreath to match. Now she wants a door swag. That is amazing. That is amazing, Janie. Congrats to you. Cindy says that she's been buying from Donna from On a Whim with Whatnot. Somebody tell me how it works. Amber says it's another platform. Tracy says Whatnot is it's a live auction. That's cool. Okay. That's very interesting. Here it is. I'm not letting this go to waste. I'm going to turn this into another tail. Maybe a little bit shorter. I just realized something. So I'm trying to be thoughtful and intentional about using all my ribbons, right? But I have to make a duplicate of this, which means that I don't need to be piecing this bow together because it will be hard to make another bow that looks like it. Okay, I'm so glad I realized that before I made this bow. Let's just open up our new roll. When I have an order for 2 of something, I try to make it look as similar as possible. Not like twins, but like sisters. So let's just start over. Amber says she is staying off of Whatnot because she doesn't trust herself. It's about like me going into Sam's today. I was good. Well, they didn't have anything, but I was talking myself up about being good. All right, pushing it down, twisting it over. I'm going to pull this ribbon down. I like to tuck my ribbons up under the table just because it's easier for me to get them out of the way. Pushing it down. Oh, that's not equal. I've been doing this so long I can tell if my bows are almost the same length. I am not your perfect kind of girl, okay? Perfection is too hard. We do the best we can. We get better over time. I have a saying written on my board right there on the wall. It says, get great over time. And that has been my motto, and it has served me very well. Hey, Barbara. Barbara, I got your message. I come on, girl. I am here. Making some bow orders this morning. Isn't she pretty? All right, let's get it out. Bind wire is one of my favorite things, along with my Knipex wire cutters. I love this stuff. It's available in my Walmart storefront, and if you just comment bind wire, B-I-N-D wire, I'll send you the link, okay? No, ma'am, you didn't miss a lot. I just got started. I went on a ribbon hunt to Sam's this morning, Barbara, after I dropped my daughter off at school. She had a 2-hour delay. And I just tootled on over there to see if they had the spring ribbon out yet. They do not. So that's why I'm just a little bit later going on. Barbara says she's about to go crazy with the weather. I have to admit, we didn't have really bad weather. We were prepared, but it wasn't bad. But yesterday afternoon, I was tired of trying to read. I could not find a book that I enjoyed. I was tired of doing puzzles. I was kind of tired of watching TV. I was going a wee bit stir crazy, so I get it. I totally get it. All right, let's tighten this up. Give it a little twisty twist on the back. All right, Amanda and Barbara both say that they've got Sam's ribbon at their Sam's. I'm going to keep looking. I saw someone posted today a picture of what the racks look like the selection for this year. And there were a couple that I thought I might want to go get those. But as you know, I got a ton of ribbon. So I'm trying to be good. Let's make another one as close to this as we possibly can get it. My customer ordered 2 of these, 2 of those, and 2 of those. Oh my goodness. Amber says she is snowed in. TV is out, but she's got power. And obviously she's got some internet, so good job. This is ribbon from Sam's. It's really pretty. It's very flimsy, but sometimes we can look over the flimsiness of something to make it work. Hey, Luann. Luann, you're in Georgia. Did you get a lot of ice? I'm in the Midlands of South Carolina, and we did have a smidge of snowfall, a little bit of ice, but nothing bad. I'm very grateful. All right. Bottom layer is done. Y'all, I bought myself a new pack of scissors, and I don't know where they are. I cleaned up my workshop a couple weeks ago. I had a 2-day workshop where I cleaned up my workshop and I talked about how I organize and store things, and now I can't find the scissors that I just bought. Anybody else do something similar? Coming in with this patchwork. Love, love, love. Jerry says, ice and snow, everything still works. Oh my goodness, you just had a hip replacement. My goodness gracious. I was telling someone earlier that my daddy has to have his 2nd knee replacement surgery. I think in a few weeks, if all goes as planned. I've already told my mother, I said, why don't I just come and hang out with y'all for a little while? I can always bring my laptop and do computer work. I always have, I call it computer work. When you start a small business, you don't realize all of the things that need to be done. And there's always something to do on the computer. Here's my next layer. Fun. Love these colors. Ruth says that in Somerville, not too far from me, just cold rain. Her family in Massachusetts has how many feet of snow? Holy moly. Amber got an electric desk for her birthday. Listen, my daughter, who is 15, asked for a walking pad for her for Christmas. And I was like, what? Do you really? A walking pad? But it was like the one big thing that she asked for. So that's what she got. And I got her like a cheapy little standing desk to go with it. I love that thing. As I said, I do a lot of computer work, and to be able to like stand and walk and computer work is pretty awesome. But I have to admit, I have almost fallen off of it several times because I'm not that coordinated. Janie is asking, what is an electric desk? Amber, help her out. Oh, Sandra, I'm so glad you're back and you're creating again. All right, now here we go with our top ribbon. This is our focal ribbon. It is what we call a directional ribbon. That means there is a right side up and an upside down. I know it is backwards on the camera for you. I cannot fix that, okay? This is the type of directional ribbon that I really like because you don't have to be like super concerned about which way it's going, except for the loops. I'll show y'all. Let me do the tail first. And then I'll show you about directional ribbon. Twisting it over. Let me pull this up under my table to get it out of my way. Pushing it down with my thumbs is really important as you are making that you twist every loop and that you compress your ribbons with your thumbs on either side of the dowels for the Easy Bow Maker. Just like that. All right, let's talk about it. May have a teachable moment. The kindergarten teacher in me. Do you see how this E is upside down? You can leave it like that. That's okay if you wanted to, but I want to fix it. Yes, Janie, I am. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to grab it, this loop, at the base of the dowel, and I'm just going to give it one twist, and it will make my letters be right side up. Just one little twist. See? Perfect. Let me get my bind wire. I usually cut about 14, 16 inches because I never know where my customers are going to put them. Slide that up under all of this bow goodness. And tighten it down. While we're hanging out this morning, do you guys have any questions about bow making? Drop it in the comments and I will be happy to answer as best that I can. I'm going to make sure that these are close in length. Doesn't have to be perfect. Yeah, I'm telling y'all, if you have an Etsy shop, like I know a lot of you are watching do, and if you are good at making bows, if you love making bows, I would go to Sam's or Hobby Lobby or wherever, and I would get 3 to 4 rolls of patriotic ribbon, And I would make several different bows and list them in your Etsy shop and get them moving, because I really think that this is my prediction. We'll see if I'm right. I think that a lot of people are going to be going to Etsy to look for something fun to celebrate the 250th anniversary of our country. And if you can make bows, you should totally get them listed. Boom. Okay, Rhonda is saying, I need an Etsy shop. You need to go find my friend, Lauren Kilgore. Okay? She's an Etsy expert. She will get you started on the right track. I believe she has several different levels of working with her. Go find Lauren. She's in all the places. Okay? That is my recommendation. All right, next we're going to make what I call it the birthday party bow. I mean, doesn't this look like a birthday party? All of this ribbon came from Sam's several years ago. And this is Christmas ribbon that we use all year round because we can. All right, this order also gets 2 of these. Drop it in my bucket. It's really a crate. It's not a bucket. I have a video from a couple of, what was I doing? I have a video from a couple of weeks ago where I showed that I was working during Christmas and I dropped my rolls of ribbon, mini rolls of ribbons, down into a 5-gallon bucket, and that was a bad idea. A very bad idea. It is such happy ribbon. Okay, so let's get started. So I know a lot of you that are watching have a business. Drop in the comments what you would tell our friend Rhonda that is just starting out, probably hasn't even started yet, what you wish you had known. What did you wish you had known when you were first starting with a business? Ooh, Janie asked a good question. She said, when you're selling bows, do you build in the cost of shipping into the bow price, or do you do it separate? I do it separate because anything under, I think it's $35, I charge shipping, like $5.75. It's not that much. But that's a great question. Yeah, if it's a bow, if it's under $35, I'm going to add that shipping cost to it. Yes, Amber. Now, Amber has a great business. It's called Green-Eyed. Let me make sure I get it right. Green-Eyed Butterfly Designs. Amber says, you need to get yourself a coach. You will save time and money. Absolutely. Absolutely. You can spend months going to YouTube University, which is just YouTube, okay? And trying to get like all of the information you can. You can totally do it by yourself, or you can find a business coach that you connect with and learn from them. Time or money. All right, layer number 1, cute little polka dots. See how I'm attaching my ribbon to my silicone mat just to keep it up here so I don't keep losing it. Barbara says you need to know that you're going to become addicted to ribbon. That's the truth. That's the truth. I have six ribbon racks in my warehouse, which is the room over the garage. There is no warehouse in this business, okay? No real warehouse. Janie is asking, have I decided to be a business coach? I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about it. Have you ever heard of people that have a limiting belief about themselves? I'm having that, and I need to get over myself. Right? Right. So stay tuned about that, Janie. Stay tuned. Let's see what other people have to say. Diana, oh, I love it. Diana says, I wish I had known that people in my area do not purchase handmade things. I have hundreds of bows sitting in my shed. Are you on Etsy? And if you're not, why not? Get on Etsy. That's where people go to look for the things that you have to sell. People in my area, my good friends, they are not going to buy a $150 or more wreath from me every season. They're not going to do it. But people on Etsy go there with their credit card in their hot little hand looking for what we sell. Marianne says, do not be afraid of Etsy. Do not be afraid. Listen, you can't break it. Yeah, you probably are going to lose some money the first couple of sales that you make. But it is a learning experience, and we learn from doing. And if you don't do the thing, you do not learn how to do the thing. So, you got to learn how to do the thing. You got to do it. We learn from doing. I have messed up. I continue to mess up. And every time I make a mistake, it is a learning experience. Someone said that they look at it as failing forward. I like that. I like that a lot. Hello, my friend Misty. Wendy is asking, what kind of wire do you use? Okay, this is called bind wire, B-I-N-D. If you comment bind wire, my little system that's working in the background is going to shoot it over to your direct messenger on the platform that you are watching on. Make sure you get the 2 millimeter, okay? Because if you don't get the 2 millimeter, you're just going to be mad about it. Ask me how I know. Kathy is asking, where did I get the bow maker? The link did not work for you. Send me a direct message. For some reason, y'all, I don't understand why, okay? Whenever I go live, you guys always want to know about all of the things, right? So I have this service that I pay for that sends you what you're asking about, like bind wire, where to shop for ribbon, bow making, all those kind of things, right? It's my way to serve you quicker without me getting overwhelmed by all of the messages that I get, okay? But for some reason, sometimes it doesn't, the link, the little click doesn't work. I do not know why. I don't understand it. Someone said, I need to be telling my audience that they need to update the app that you're on. You people right here, I don't know how to update the app. Do you know how to update the app? So yeah, best thing I can tell you to do, if you ever get a link from someone that you would learn from, copy it and paste it, okay? That's all I can tell you. Becky is asking about Lauren's website. If you just go to the Google and search Lauren Kilgore, she will pop up, okay? I promise. All right. pretty little aqua ribbon. This came from Sam's. Can you guys see the little stitching? The little like raised stitch is super cute. I like this ribbon. This is the type of ribbon that I really look for when I'm shopping at Sam's, because it's pretty much a solid color, but it has a little bit of texture to it. It makes me happy. You're welcome, Beverly. Oh, Sherry, you are so sweet. Sherry says, I believe you would make a fabulous coach, business coach. I'm business coach. It all depends on if it's worth your time. Time is a valuable commodity. You said out loud what I was thinking. Yeah. We all have to be very protective of our time and our resources. You know, I have 3 children. Both of my boys don't live at home anymore. One is out on his own. The other is a freshman in college. So now our daughter, who has been the 3rd child her whole life, who has fought for attention for her whole 15 years, is now getting to be an only child, and she loves it. And I am so grateful that God has given me this time with her to just spend time with her. It's been such a blessing. So yes, we all need to be very protective of our time and our energy. And just because something seems like a really great idea may not serve you the best. I hope I explained that well. So yes, I am thinking about serving our community by offering a little bit more business mentoringship, but I'm thinking about it. Right now, I serve our community with a monthly membership where I teach everyone, give tips and tricks on how to make wreaths and bows and arrangements, which I love. Oh, time management is amazing. Misty, you're so sweet. Misty's one of my cheerleaders. Y'all listen, Misty is from Little Luxuries. Amazing, amazing. Go check Misty out. All right, let's finish this bow. I got one more to make, y'all. One more. Can you believe that someone just ordered 6 big bows? That's what happens. You get it listed, you get it up there. First you make it, and then you take glamour shots of it. Now when I say glamour shots, y'all know what glamour shots are, right? Please tell me you're of the age where you know what that is. That's where you go and you take the best picture ever of your wreath or your bow, and you put that picture on Etsy. You take that glamour shot and you do not remove that listing until you no longer have the product to make it again. So this bow right here, when I run out of this fun little diagonal stripe, this one right here, I will have to stop making this bow because this ribbon came from Sam's and I don't think I can find it again, but I'll probably look for it. As long as you have something that you can make again, you just leave it up there. I shipped off a fall bow with raffia last week. Now, what that sweet lady is going to do with a fall bow in January, it's not my business. It's not my business. I just made it and shipped it. Tracy's asking about how to photograph bows. I put it on a wreath. I put it outside on my door, and I take a picture of it. All right. Isn't that fun? That's such a pretty bow. One more. Starting on the bottom with polka dot. You will notice that the colors, the other ribbons that I have, are coming from the focal ribbon. A focal ribbon can be a plaid, it can be a pattern, it can be what I call like a motif. I don't know if that's the word or not. Like, let's just say this ribbon had parrots on it. I would look at all of the different colors and I would pull out of there. Hello, my friend Asia. How are you doing? It's good to see you on here today. Happy Monday. So this is my focal ribbon. So you can see it's got the blue, it has the red, and it has the yellow. That's how you make a fun, interesting bow. And I love big bows. They make me happy. Asia says the key to glamour shots, even then, was lighting. Heck to the yeah. Transferable info for taking product pictures. Absolutely, my friend. You're right. You're right. And again, we learn from doing. So if I wanted to list a bunch of bows, here is what I would do. Here is what I did. Okay, learn from me. First, I have lanterns, flameless candle lanterns. I took pictures on a flameless candle lantern. I did that first. And then I thought, okay, well, that's all right. Then I used a grapevine wreath on my door outside. That was okay. But then I realized that I had some pre-made boxwood wreaths that I got from my wholesaler, and I thought, okay, that looks really good on a wreath, on a door. That looks pretty good. But you know, you just got to keep getting it, keep doing it until you get it right. And even when you think you've got it right, every once in a while, you'll think, I should try it this way. Let's cut these. You'll notice that I cut all of my tails on a diagonal. I think I like it this way because it's just quick. But doesn't mean it's right. Doesn't mean it's wrong. It's not the only way. It's just the way I do it. It's my craft. When I was teaching kindergarten, I got to go to this amazing how to teach writing for little children, and about how to like help them develop the way that they do things. And the speaker, the presenter, talked about, I bet Asia, if you're watching, do you remember Lucy Calkins? Let's see if Asia remembers. Asia may not be a early ed teacher like me, so she may not know who the heck Lucy Calkins is, but they talked about how everyone has their own way of doing things, and they refer to it as their craft. This is my craft. This is how I do it. Doesn't mean it's right. Doesn't mean it's wrong. Doesn't mean it's the only way. It's just the way. Wow, Diana, you had an order for 25 white pew bows. That is a great thing to sell. Wedding decor, bows, florals. Hey, Misty, how you doing? I was telling the ladies in my membership, yesterday. I think it was just, or maybe it was this morning. So I don't know if y'all were with me in my world when back in the fall in October, but I hosted an amazing event called a summit. It was a 3-day event where I gathered together over 20 fantastic wreath making coaches and designers, and it was so much fun. So that I've been working on that. My eyes are a little bit crossed. I was telling the ladies in my membership, my eyes are a little bit crossed. Tracy said Lucy Calkins was all the rage in reading and writing instruction. High five, Tracy. Yes, ma'am. She definitely was. And I am sure there is someone else that's now doing something just as amazing. I am grateful that I am sitting here at this folding table making bows with you guys, and instead of being in the classroom right now. I'm teaching in a different way. Yeah, Amber, the summit was so amazing. So yeah, I'm planning a new one, y'all. It's coming. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of moving parts. Misty is going to be a part. She's going to be a designer in the summit. It's going to be Misty, Sherelle from Crafty Pants, Justin, y'all know Justin, Cara, Melissa from TCT Crafts, and so many others. I'm super excited. It's like I'm having a big party, a big wreath making party with all my friends. So stay tuned because that information is coming. I'm going to be talking about it even more. Right now I am working on all of the things, which is a lot. It's a lot. Making sure everything works. Misty says she's excited. I am too. Thank you for helping me, my friend. Misty is my go-to if I need, like, could you look this over? Misty's my go-to. We all need those people. Tracy says she is thankful to be retired and no longer a principal over all of it. Girl, the things we could talk about. Tracy, you were early ed. I'm assuming you were early ed because you knew who Lucy Calkins was. I don't know if Lucy Calkins was chatted about in the higher grades, like high schools or middle schools or not, but she probably was. Anyone else a reformed teacher? Let me know. Oh, Christy is asking questions. Okay, guys, you're asking about the loops and the measurements for my bows. Here's what you need, okay? I have a spring bow making boot camp with 6 different bows, step-by-step instructions, over the top of my hand videos, written bow recipes that you might want to get. If you just comment spring boot camp, hopefully my little system in the background will send you the link, okay? Hey Jessica, good morning. Yeah, Barbara's taught 4K in public school. I remember being a new, Barbara, you're gonna think this is funny. I remember being a brand new baby teacher in the lunchroom, like the first months of school, just struggling. And the pre-K teacher for our school would walk in with all her little babies, and it was like Wild Kingdom at the zoo. You know, they're 4. And I leaned over and told my friend, I'm like, if I ever decide I'm going to do that, have a talk with me. And then I ended up teaching 4K many, many, many years later. Many, many, many years later. All right, let's get this bow off. Yeah, guys, those that are commenting for the spring boot camp, check your messages, okay? It was a workshop that I taught last spring. It's really great. I'm so proud of it. But if you want step-by-step, like camera over my hands as I'm working, that's what you need, okay? All right, let's level this up. Barbara says she knew everything that went on at home. Girl, again, the stories that we could tell. I do kind of miss it though a little bit. Every once in a while. Like when I drive by my sweet church preschool that I taught at before I started doing this full time, I always get a little tug on my heartstrings. I do. And my family makes fun of me because I always say something about it. They're like, we know, Mama. All right, let me look. Let me look at my order. All right, there's one. I have 2 more to make, friends. 2 more. Let's just knock it out while I'm sitting here chit-chatting with you guys. I think my little fur baby on the floor is good. All right. I need to get a ribbon off my shoe rack. Now, you guys cannot see my shoe rack. It's amazing. It was like, listen, it was not expensive at all. It holds a lot of stuff. You guys can see my shoe rack. Let me grab myself some faux burlap ribbon. Not real burlap, because that stuff's messy. And let's make 2 more bows, friends, before I sign off for the day. If you are in my membership, we're making Valentine's tomorrow. I'm so sorry it took me so long. I'm like behind the ball with Valentine's. We're doing it tomorrow. I spent the first part of the year completely resetting my workshop. Going through it, cleaning it up, putting things away, all the stuff. Yeah, that shoe rack is a game changer. If you want to know where I shop, what kind of shoe racks I've got, because I have 4 different ones, just comment shoe rack, okay? And that'll like move it over. I'm going to go ahead and pre-cut my bind wire just so it's ready. Ooh, lots of people love that shoe rack. It's pretty awesome. I'm going to toss this in a crate, like a milk crate, on the floor beside me so that it's not like rolling everywhere. And when you put your ribbons in something on the floor like that, you can just pull it up. It comes out really easy. Tracy got the shoe rack too. I'm telling you, everybody loves that shoe rack. Pushing it down. All right, now I'm going to go quick. I am going to go quick, my friends. So this is faux burlap ribbon. It's very farmhousey. And a lot of people are saying that the farmhouse trend is going away. And it may not be as popular as it has been, but I think that people are always looking for something pretty that is a little bit neutral, that's not quite as, you know, pow, bright and colorful as, you know, this guy right here, my little birthday party. So I think that it's smart for us to provide neutral designs for our customers because they're still looking for it. Even though some people may say that farmhouse is on the way out, there is nothing in my home that's really farmhouse, except for Pioneer Woman stuff, because I am a colorful girl and I like her colorful things. I don't really know if she's considered farmhouse or not, but there's that. Do you see how the ribbons are stacked? Some people leave them that way, and that's fine. I don't. I'm going to take the time to unstack them and pinwheel them out because it just makes a prettier bow, in my opinion. Ooh, Annie, that's a great idea. Annie says to check out your marketplace online to see if shoe racks that people are trying to get rid of. Great idea. Terry got a shoe rack too. Love it. So I was shopping this morning, even though I told my daughter, my 15-year-old, that I was going to try to under-consume this year. That really just means I'm going to try not to go crazy and spend a bunch of money on stuff I don't need. But then I saw somebody somewhere talking about faux peonies, not peonies, pansies for outdoor. Okay, so picture it. On the front of our porch, we have a beautiful front porch. One of the reasons I love this house. We have 3 different planters, like the big long planters. And having a green thumb is just not in my DNA. So I've started buying like artificial flowers to put in those planters. Anybody else done that? Anywho, I saw this one lady talking about really pretty pansies. So guess what I ordered this morning? Yup. I'll let y'all know if I like them. We'll see how they do. Again, I'm not going to leave these stacked up. I'm going to pinwheel them out. Notice how I'm keeping my finger on top of this ribbon, really close to the dowels. I don't want my work to pop out of place. Let me grab my hot pink. This is in a crate underneath my table. I've talked about it before. I just keep it under there so that I can pull it out. And this is my big loopy bow. Okay. Push, push, push. Do not forget to compress your ribbon. It will help you pull it out of the bow maker easier if it's compressed on each other. Just like that. All right, let's pinwheel these loops out. I pull one up, I pull one down. I just like to get them where I want them to be. Holding pressure on the top as I work. Zip tie. This is my Goldilocks zip tie. This is my favorite size and thickness. One time I ordered some that were so thick, I didn't like them at all. And then one time I ordered some that were way too short. Did I throw them away? No, because I'm a hoarder. I just kept them. You never know. Pop that out. Let's straighten this up on the back. Scoosh that over. So this week I'm looking at my shelves. This week in the membership, we're going to be doing Valentine's. Even though I should have been doing Valentine's like 8 weeks ago. It is what it is. We're going to be doing a Valentine design. And I have another Valentine design I want to do. I think I might do it later in the week. It's a kit that my friend Cara from Enchanted Vines put together with TMI Gifts. Give me a heart, heart, heart if you know Cara or TMI Gifts, because they're fabulous. I think I'm going to make that. I think I'm going to do Cara's kit. I'm looking at it. It's on my shelf. It is a pink teardrop base. So pretty. With all kinds of fun stuff. I'm thinking about what I'm going to do. Oh, I have some other attachments over there. I've been storing stuff. As I was cleaning, here's a tip. As you are cleaning up and you see things that will go together to make a wreath or look pretty together, then put it somewhere so you can see it and find it. So the next time you get ready to make a design, you'll have half the work done and you'll have your collection already together. Isn't that pretty? Oh my goodness. Okay, one more. You guys are so awesome hanging out with me so much. I appreciate you. I look forward to Mondays. Monday is my favorite day of the week. I know that sounds crazy. Probably was not my favorite day of the week when I was teaching kindergarten. But yeah. Okay, you guys are talking about the Derby event. I'm going to say that wrong from now until April. So yeah, me and Misty and Cara and Victoria from Victoria's Vines. Oh my gosh, Misty, what is her business name? We're all going to meet up together in Mississippi at the end of April for an in-person wreath making event. Now, some people have asked, is this going to be where we come and make wreaths with you guys? Not quite, but you're going to be able to watch Cara and I on stage designing together. And Misty's going to be designing with Angela from Barrel of Wreaths. I think I have that right. Kayla's going to be there. And Victoria is also going to be there. And we're all going to be on stage, hanging out with you guys, creating fun things, teaching. You know I'm going to teach because I can't help myself. Teaching as we work. And then after that, we're going to have, after lunch, we're going to do a derby hat decorating party, which is going to be so much fun. So yeah, if you are able to come and see us at the end of April for the Derby event and you want more information about it, just say, oh gosh, hold on, let me think about it. I'm trying to think of the words I want to tell you to say. Just say Derby event and I'll send you information. Misty says we will also shop with you guys. Oh, that's going to be fun. Yeah, I'm excited about seeing their warehouse with all of that ribbon. So yeah, we will be shopping with you guys. It's going to be a super, super fun event. Tiffany and Lori are working really, really hard to make it so much fun. I cannot wait to see you, Amber. Amber's going to be there. There'll be more information coming about that too. There's a lot going on this year. Stripe. This is a horizontal stripe. Oh, my coupon code for TMI. Thank you for asking, Misty. It's Ashley20. Save you 20% on your Derby ticket. So come hang out with us. Lots of moving parts, friends. Lots of moving parts. So this order has, I'm looking around, there are 6 big bows on my table. Here's how I would ship them, because you might be thinking, how's she going to ship 6 big bows? I'm going to get, I'm thinking all 6 of these are going to fit in a 24 by 24 by 6 box, okay? And I'm going to ship them all in the same box, making sure that there's enough room for all of them to fit so they don't get super smushy. Now, they're going to get a little smushy, but not super smushy. And that is the easiest way. If I did not have that size of a box, I could put like 3 in a box and then 3 in another box, tape them all up together and ship that. You need to be measuring the outside of your box to make sure that you are getting the correct size for your shipping label. You guys have any questions about that? Thank you, Amber. Hey, Debbie. Debbie, you just commented my my business name. Do you have a question? One more layer, my friends. Always twist your ribbon every time you make a loop. I know I'm going fast. So if you want step-by-step video on top of my hands, just type in Spring Boot Camp and I'll send you the link to purchase 6 different video tutorials. One more loop. Push, push, push. All right, one's going to go up, one's going to go down. Rhonda says, do I have a home shipping or do you take them to the post office? So Rhonda, I use a third-party platform called ShipStation. I print my labels at home using a Rollo label printer. Super easy. But I was telling the ladies in my membership that you don't really have to have a third-party platform to get a good price on shipping labels, because Etsy is basically the same price as ShipStation that I pay monthly for. So if you're just starting out, I would make sure to purchase my labels from Etsy. If you go to the post office and you plop up your big box on the counter, you are going to pass out with how much it costs to ship that box. Same as if you go to UPS, okay? So just be aware, because it's sometimes a little bit of a shock in how much it costs us to ship things, especially if I'm shipping from South Carolina, which is where I am, to like Montana or California. Every time I get an order for places far off like that, I kind of go, because I know it's going to be more. All right, let's get this to the back. Shh. Good morning, Kathy. I'm going to tighten this down as tight as I can get it. I do not use floral wire. I stopped using that stuff like, I don't know, eons ago. Twisting it together. Just like that. Oh, I have a lot of videos about shipping on my YouTube channel that you can go and find and look up lots of videos about shipping. So just go hop over there and just look for something, okay? Oh, that's a pretty good price. Yeah. Kim said she shipped a tree topper from North Carolina to Pennsylvania. It cost about $25. I would say that's pretty right, depending on the size. All right, so we made this bow. We made this bow. And we made this bow. Which one was your favorite? Patriotic USA, pink, or party? Which one did you like the most? Guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I truly appreciate you showing up for me. I appreciate you sharing me with others. I love every heart, every comment, every time you engage with my platform or other creators that you love. Please know that we really appreciate you. You help us to grow our business in ways that you have no idea about. So thank you so much. If you would like to learn more from me, comment bow tutorial. I'll send you a link for a free video tutorial on how to make a loopy bow. Super simple, using a bow maker. Okay. If you want to know where I shop for ribbon, comment shop ribbon. Just lots of different ways to get in my world. And I would love for you to be a part of my world because I got lots of things coming up that's I'm super, super excited about. So you guys take care, stay warm and safe, and I will see you guys next time, hopefully later this week, if the creek don't rise. What is it? If the sun keeps shining and the creek don't rise. You guys take care. I'll see you next time. Bye, everyone.